among all of creation, you have all the different creations. Throughout creation, so many different creations. Some you see, some you don't. Some that lie hidden and some that lie right there before your eyes. What is what and what is who and who is what and where is this and where is that? Where did this come from and where did that come from? And the unknown that lies right before you, yet unseen by your eyes. How much creation unknown to you exists throughout creation and existence that comes in contact with you? How many different devices and machines and spells and crafts have been built to contact you, to aid you along your path? How many to decimate your path? How much have you created? Have you ever thought of how to create a way to help people along the path? Have you ever stood in the way of another's path? Choices you've made. But what are those choices in reflection? When you think of the reflection of the choices of what you've done to aid others in their path, and where you've barred others in their path, where do you find yourself going? Unbarred, if it were reflected back at you. When you think of all the choices and all the people who have worked so hard to try and accomplish their dreams that you've stood in the way of, if you're one of those type of people, what is the chances that you will ever accomplish any dream close to theirs in the reflection world of a true and just land? What is a true and just land, though? A land where each of your deeds is reflected upon you, where everything you do to another comes back to you, where every choice you make for another, for creation, for every choice you make that you share, because to make a choice is to share a choice. To make a choice is to share a choice. For every choice you share, if you share something good or if you share something bad, it's still a share. And when it's all added up, upon your final day, when all is gone and the only thing that remains is you, when you are dead, when it is just you alone and all of what you've shared, what will be of you? What will be of your creation? What will you have access to? Where won't you? What have you chosen to share? Some people say, well, that wasn't a share. I just did that for them. But you chose to create it, so it was a share. And then there's those things that you did share in truly in your heart. When you shared in aiding another in their dream. When you chose to help out your fellow man. There's a good share. When you chose to benefit others in this world. There's a good share. When you chose to benefit yourself and others. Hey, there's a share there too. But what about when you chose to create harm of others? There's a share too. And when all is said and done, and you're finally at your resting place, when you are dead, and all your shares are tabulated, everything you've created, everything you've chosen, what will you have made? What will you you have created for yourself to live in? What kind of realm? What kind of place? An environment. What kind of environment? That environment, what is it like as you now stand? If you think back to all the choices you've made in your life, all the choices you've made, all the choices that you shared in heart, and all those choices you did not share in heart. And why, and who, and what. But the reason reflected back at you as though it was created for you, by you, when it's just your creation. Because it's only you when you die, because you die alone. What is that a part of, that environment? Is it a part of something you would want right now? If you think of all that you've done and all that you've accomplished, is it part of something that you would want to be around and be a part of? Or is it something that you wouldn't want to be a part of? That you've done a whole bunch of things to other people that you did not like. That you did them for the wrong reasons, and you did them for the worst kind of reasons. What kind of environment and what are you a part of there? What are you wholly of there? What are you wholly of in those things that you chose to share in which were of benefit, which were of kindness and goodness, of love and generosity, of kind and respect, the things that you liked? Think of all the things you created that you liked, that you did yourself and you chose to share in. All those things you chose to share in that you liked. All those things you chose to share in that you didn't like. And that's your environment. And what is it a part of in truth? It's part of this great, wonderful, desirable, wonderful place. Because those are part of what you shared in. And it's part of what? Some of the stuff you didn't like that you chose to share in. But what is it the greatest part of? What's the greatest part of? Is it a greater part of what you like? Because most are. Or is it a greater part of what you didn't like? What have you chosen so far? What can you choose in the future? You can choose to do what you didn't like and be a part of what you didn't like. Or you can choose to be a part of what you do like and share what you do like and choose that. That's your choice. And your future is yours to decide. But something to consider is that when you're dead, what's left is only what you decided. If it's a greater part of what you desired, then you're in what you desire to be, like a heaven. If it's not what you desired, then you've created a place for yourself that's more like a hell. But it's probably lying somewhere right in the middle. But if it were put on a scale, think of it as a scale. If you were to put it on a scale, all your desires, all that you wanted to do and be and accomplish, all those desires that you've created in your life, and all the things that you didn't want, all the things you wouldn't want for yourself that you've chosen to share in. Which way would that scale tip? Would you fall into your desires? Would it lift you into your desires? Would the scale go to your desires? Would that be the weight? Would you weigh into your desires? Or would you weigh into what you didn't desire? That's the choice you have to make. Do you want to be in a place of which you desire or a place in which you don't? The choice is yours. Thank you for your time, Mr. David Clayton of the United unified belief.